What is cranking, leaders? Welcome back to the channel. We are in the barn right now getting today's video kicked off. Before we do that, I want to wish you guys a happy belated new year. Hopefully this year is a lot better than, you know, the last one. I know it's cliche to say that, but truly, I wish it's a lot better for everyone out there. Hope it's an easier year. Today's video is a video I've wanted to film for quite some time, and seeing as this is gonna be my, let's see, 12th year on YouTube, I figured we'd do a little bit of a callback to a video I filmed a long time ago, back when I was still in college and before I was a dropout and before I did YouTube full time. That was 5 years ago. I went back and watched the video and I realized two things, one of which I'm getting old, and holy shit, I've been on YouTube for a long time, over a decade. That is so weird to say, but little John B with the John Deere hat and the Fish in the West banner has been doing this for quite some time. But seeing this is a new year, I wanted to get it kicked off with something kind of unique and special. Not everyone who's watching my videos now kind of know what I'm about to do, and judging from the title, you probably know what's about to go down. If you haven't watched the original video that I filmed on this, I basically review a reel that I purchased all the way from Japan. Now here I am in southeastern Ohio, you know, McBum basically, and I go online, I spend my entire YouTube paycheck on a fishing reel. Not the most sound financial decision, especially for 21-year-old John B. Definitely don't take after 21-year-old John B. He made a lot of really stupid decisions and mistakes, but here we are now, so I guess it worked out. I got so excited, I always wanted this reel, and I went on eBay, I bought it, it came from Osaka, Japan. I went in the parking lot of my college and I reviewed this reel. That video is responsible for a lot of my views and a lot of my subscribers I have now. And I wanted to do something kind of nostalgic, a little bit of a throwback. With that being said, I opened up my mailbox this morning and guess what I found? A nice little package, Jesus. A nice little package from Japan. I don't exactly know where specifically this came. Hang on one second, let me check. It says here that this reel came from a place called, I don't even know if I should attempt this, Nakai Madubu, Japan, I think, or maybe Ridoshi. This is a reel I've literally never seen before. So when I saw this on eBay, I was like, okay, we're gonna buy this. I'm gonna get it ordered all the way to Texas, and we are going to crank it open and just see what's in here. Like, without further ado, let's just get after it. You guys ready? Let's do this. I've never tried to open a package with a chainsaw, but I imagine it would work pretty good. Not much of a chainsaw, honestly. Looks more like a pair of fisters. Oh, you guys are in luck. It appears I'm all out of gasoline. Safety first, kids. Perfect. So, here we go. I'm so excited. I literally feel like a kid again opening up these reels. They're just something about them, very unique. Here we have it, the XSDC SSXG. XG stands for, I believe, extra fast gear ratio. Yeah, okay, actually I was wrong. This is an 8.5 to 1 gear ratio reel. So this is about as fast as you really want. There's reels out now that have like 11 to 1, but that just seems super unnecessary. 8 to 5 seems like a pretty decent ratio. Wow, that thing is unfreaking real. Look at this reel, man. This is insanity. It's a really good looking reel. That is one thing I think Shimano Japan does a stellar job of. These reels aren't only like super versatile, very durable, but they're also just sexy. Speaks volumes. I just like a reel that looks good, especially on our Guggen rods. Like it's nice to have a good looking reel on a good looking rod. Just for context, here is a more traditional casting reel by Shimano. A couple things that probably gonna stand out to you are the knobs, these huge handle knobs that the Xsense has. And if I had to guess, I think the reason for that is because this is a saltwater reel. I don't really know what the target audience was when making this reel. I mean, obviously a lot of the saltwater fish we have in the United States aren't over in Japan, so I'm really curious to see what the designers and the developers of this reel made it for, like what specific species and for what tactic. That notorious noise you hear right there is the DC chip doing its work, and for those of you who are wondering, DC stands for digital control. This reel relies on a computerized chip to do all the braking for you. So less backlash is more fun fishing, and fishing in the wind and getting like an accurate cast is where this reel is gonna excel. It's tiny. It really is not as big as I thought it would be. In comparison, this is my, whoa, geez. Hang on there, JB. This is my Antares Monster Drive. This reel was made actually for big fish like peacock bass in the Amazon. That was literally one of the exact things pulled from the description of this reel. Is it was made for giant, like 16, 20-pound peacock bass for the Amazon. And it's a chunkier reel. There's more beef. This one has shoulders. It's girthy. It has, let's just say, a little bit more heavy set, you know? Just trying to be polite here. Well, this one's a little more comfortable in your hand. The sad part about this reel, though, is it is not cheap, to put it lightly. It's, I believe, $330-something, and that isn't even factoring shipping that you're gonna have to spend. You won't be able to pull up to like Bass Pro Shop and purchase a reel like this, which sucks, but it also kind of is cool because it makes it more of an exclusive reel. So there was a lot of really awesome reels out there in Japan that the US guys, the bass anglers over here, weren't able to see. But now, thanks to whatever sort of popular demand, I don't know what happened, but there's the DC SLX, there's the Metanium DC, which is over here, which originally was a Japanese reel. Doesn't make any sense why it's over the United States. But again, the demand was there, so Shimano was like, oh, we'll just sprinkle a little DC in the market, and now you see them all over Tackle Warehouse, Bass Pro Shop. But what is not easy to find are these more unique niche digital control reels, ones that are made specifically for peacock bass in the rainforest or specifically for saltwater fishing. And that's the ones that I like. I really like these reels. Nothing against these, you know, these Cerados. They're good, they're awesome, but they're just not the same as these. But we're not talking about this, we're not talking about this. We are talking about this beauty right here. So enough talking. You see the reel. Oh God, easy. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God, I just realized. Do you guys hear that? This reel has a clicking drag, like I just can't. Do you guys know how like spinning, hang on, what is, I'm flustered. I just figured that out on accident. Hang on, give me a moment. So that is what a spinning reel drag sounds like. This is what a casting reel's drag sounds like. Completely silent, right? The Xsense SSDC has a drag that sounds like this. So in other words, if you have a fish that's taking line, it's going to sound like a fish taking line on a spinning reel. Wow, oof, mental. I'm actually really shocked. This is different. I don't know if you guys noticed this too. Take a look at that. This reel has the same, what looks like, yeah, exact same frame as the Corrado DC, which leads me to believe that maybe, just maybe it's got the same digital control, maybe more upgraded one. I would imagine you're gonna get a few different components in here. Obviously, from what you can tell, the knobs, that's like the most obvious difference. Pretty curious though that they're both made in Malaysia, so these reels are both coming out of the same factory. Truthfully, I think this looks better, but we already have something that sets this reel apart from this other than the knobs, and that is the clicking drag. I can't get over that. I can't wait to hook a fish on this reel. It's gonna be so weird. I don't think that there's much difference between the two, but again, only one way to find out, and that is to take them out and cast them around. I didn't really plan on doing a comparison video, but I do think it's kind of interesting that these look very, very similar. So you get the gist. It's a very expensive Japanese reel, and it's got a robot ship from Terminator in it. Now it's time to test this thing out in the backyard and see how it fares up against some of the other DC reels that I've bought in the past, some being 10 years old, some being 2 years old. Got it spooled up on a 7-foot Guggen rod, and let's test her out, see how she does. Just a little alcoholic ASMR for you. Here we have it, the XSSS DC by Shishamo, or Shimano, what, I don't really care. This is it though. We've got it on a Guggen rod. It's looking mighty sexy, might I add. I think it actually looks better on the Guggen Green, seeing as it's a black reel. I still can't get over that though. Hands down, weirdest casting reels I've ever had the liberty of using. The Japanese engineers, they just never cease to amaze me and honestly confuse me. Am I using a spinning reel or a casting reel? I don't know, but we are about to find out what this puppy is capable of. Also, too, don't take this experiment too seriously. Please, with a grain of salt. I'm just having fun out here and reviewing this reel, which has us both, you and me, complexed and perplexed. The word I was looking for was perplexed. Cheers, and we'll meet you at the driving range. "25 feet to be exact, all the way down there." That was very tasty, by the way. Watermelon is my go-to. Can right there, hopefully it doesn't blow over. 25 feet long pitch. Let's check the accuracy. Thoughts, opinions, hypotheses. Drop one in the comment. Let me know what you guys think about this reel thus far. Is it treasure or is it complete trash? Setting up the target. Oh, I just fucking kinked my back real good. We have a little juicy 3/8 ounce jig, X-Sense, 7-foot rod, 20-pound test. This is not a big pitch by any means, but yeah, it's I just, like we said, let's just get into it. I gotta cast this thing. Actually, let's get a test cast real quick. Sounds like a DC. Check it. Oh, if you say that you hate that sound, you are lying. And if you say you hate this sound, then you probably aren't lying. That's so weird. I can't get over that. Okay, let's take a few pitches. I'm gonna move you guys a little bit closer. Currently on the number 3 break, medium spool tension, all that kind of good scientific stuff. Okay, overshot it a little bit. It definitely has no problem throwing a light little jig. That is for sure. Oh, we got close. What is that, 3 pitches in? Oh my God, that's pretty much it. I mean, oh wow. First bird's nest. That was my fault. That was not the reel malfunctioning. Okay, that might have been the reel malfunctioning. 3 casts in, we've already bird's nest. Just because you're using a DC reel doesn't make you a pro. Point in case. You know, I really don't know if this is my fault or if it's the reel's fault, but just for the sake of making me look better, we'll just call it the reel's fault. What did you do, JB? What did you do? Wow, sorry about that. I literally had to re-spool the reel with new braid. I didn't think I would fuck it up that bad, but hey, you know, I tend to surprise my viewers and myself. I feel like I basically almost hit the can, but just for the sake of the video, I'll try to hit it one more time. All right, here we go. 25-yard pitch, XS DC, X-Sense SS DC. Oh, so close. Oh, I say that's a hit. Pretty much every pitch I made was kind of in the vicinity. That's not a very long pitch, to be fair, but the purpose of this was just to kind of see how it does with those short casts. It's nice. This reel is very, very, very smooth. I don't know if it's smoother than the Corrado DC, but it's smooth, and I love the big grip handles. This was what sold me on this reel. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to check it out. I think the lower number you go, the faster that spool will turn, and the more lenient the brakes will be. Oh yeah. That thing just flies off now. I kind of like this reel. I was very skeptical when I realized that this has the same body and the exact same style as the Corrado, which is a very inexpensive reel that you can get in the domestic market, but this is solid. So it can pitch, but can it do long distance too? We know it has a clicking drag. Still can't get over that. Let's see if we can bomb this thing out here. I'm gonna make a few big casts and we're gonna measure them out to see how far this thing really truly can zing, because that's what the DC is all about. It's meant for accuracy, distance, and less headache on the water, even though I'm not even on the water and I almost had a headache because of that last, you saw it, you know. Anyway, let's see how the distance is. Spool is very loose. I've got it on the lowest setting it goes. Oh, this is either gonna bird's nest or go really far. All right, let's see what happens. Wow. That thing kind of moves. This is a heavy braid too. I'm now using 50-pound. I'm actually really impressed. Like not even trying to put on the front for the camera. That went far. Holy shit. Yeah, that thing absolutely zings. Okay, all right. So it can do a little bit of both. All right, let's back off some more. The trick with this is, oh wow, okay, so I've got it on open now. I thought one was the, okay. Now it's on open. I've got an open, I've got the spool knocked back a good bit. This, in theory, should be the farthest cast you could possibly get on like a calm day, or at least with the wind to your back too. Actually, there's no wind at the moment, so this is completely isolated example. All right. Jesus. A little bit more line than that last one. Like, it's taking me a minute to reel this back in. I'll show you guys some perspective of how far this thing's going after this next cast. Oh, I got one. Oh, he came off. Damn it. They're short biting it today. All right, ready? Here we go. I'm gonna zoot this one. I'm gonna zoot it. All right. Oh my God. Okay. With the GoPro, I'm gonna show you how far that went. That was pretty intense. So that just about concludes today's reel review. This video is a lot different from what I've been used to filming over the past few years. And if you guys did enjoy this video, let me know, drop the comment down below, and we will continue some more reel reviews. This is especially good too, because I think a lot of you guys are inside at home, probably not fishing for, you know, reasons that have to do with the pandemic and also it being cold. I mean, it snowed in Texas just a few days ago, so I also feel your pain. But before we close things out, I want to give a brief overview, my thoughts, my opinions, if I think this reel is even worth it to begin with. The one thing that seriously disappointed me about this X-Sense reel is the build. It's very similar to the Shimano Corrado DC. For me personally, when I'm ordering a reel all the way from Japan, I want it to be something different and unique. The Corrado and the XS DC are probably made at the same factory out of Malaysia, and they have literally all of the same components, minus a few other minor things that we talked about in today's video. But pulling $338 out of your bank account to buy a reel that could very well be just a glorified Shimano Corrado DC kind of hurts. So I was pretty bummed about that. On the more positive side of things, this reel is unlike any that I've ever reviewed, and what makes it so is the clicking drag. It's something I just cannot get over, and I'm really curious to see how this works when actually hooked into a fish. Again, this review is just based upon my dumbass in the backyard. Eventually, we will get a chance to fish this, and I will be able to give you more of my well-rounded and authentic thoughts and opinions. But for now, I just want to get out of the box, cast around a bit, get a few bird's nests, which we did. And the real purpose for today's video was to get a feel for a casting reel that I have really never heard of before. The X-Sense has been around for a while, but this is the newest rendition, and I'm afraid that maybe they've lost kind of their edge and their touch. Regardless, I love the reel. I think it's amazing. It casts far. It's smooth as hell. It's got a DC chip in it, so you can't complain about that. And I'm excited to see how this thing performs in future videos. Anyway, that's my little rant for the end of today's episode. I appreciate the view. Thank you guys so much. Like I said before, drop a comment if you guys want to see more reel reviews. This was fun, going back to my roots and doing something that I have not filmed on this channel for many, many moons. But I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, folks, keep fishing. Never stop.